Good morning and Jai students. Welcome to class 5 mathematics. Okay, so now today we are going to study the topic factors and its product. Okay, so before going to that, today we will discuss the answer of previous class and then we will proceed further. Okay, and I hope that you have completed your homework. That is very much important, student. You have to do everyday homework so that your work will be easy. If you will not do it regularly, then you have to face problems. So do the works regularly and all the best, students. Keep on learning. Now I'm going to hide my camera so that you can see the full screen properly. Okay? Okay now. So now let's first check the homework. Now match your answers, students. Check your answers. Take out your book first. First of all, everyone take out your books and now check your answer. 7 multiplied by 2 is equal to 14. So 14 is a multiple of 3 and 2. Now second, 3 multiplied by 4 is equals to 12. So 12 is a multiple of 3 and 4. Got it? Next, 8 multiplied by 5 is 40. So you will write there 40 and then 40 is a multiple of 8 and 5. Next is 9 multiplied by 6 is equals to 54. So 54 is a multiple of 9 and 6. Next, question B, check your answers. First is 8, second is 9, 3, 6, fourth is 9, fifth is 9, 6 is 7. Check your answers. Now question C. First one is already done. Second, the answer is 7. Third, answer is 1. Fourth, the answer is 7. 5, the answer is 6. And then question number 6, the answer is 2. And then 7, the answer is 6. And after that, question number 8, that is answer is 2. Have you checked your answer? You have done, I think you have done all the correct, right? So now we will start to the factors. You have already studied about what is multiple and you are clear with this, I guess. So now today I will be teaching you factors. So before going to the factors, let me remind you what is multiple. Now you can see here the product of two or more number is a multiple of a number that are multiplied. The numbers which are multiplied. So now here 14 is a multiple of 7 and 2. So what are they? They are the factors, right? So 7 and 2 is a factor and 14 is a multiple. So it will be clear to you when I will be explaining there. So this is what? Multiple, and these two numbers are factors. Got it? Okay, fine. So now proceed further. Okay. Now what is factor? Understand, there are 3 points which you have to understand. So now, factors are numbers that we can multiply together to get another number. The number which we are getting is the multiple or the product. The answers which we are getting is product, or we can call it multiple. Now see the second point. Second is the numbers that are multiplied are called factors, right? They are factors. Now after that, a number is completely divisible by its factor. I will be explaining each and everything one by one. So now first of all I have read it out. Now I am going to explain it. Okay. So factors are the number that we can multiply together to get another number. For example, if we multiply 4 and 3. So 4 3 times is 12. So now this is what I told you, multiple, or we call it product also. And now here this 4 and 3 is what? 4 and 3 is factors of 12. Okay, got it? Now the next point, the numbers that are multiplied are called factors. I have already told you here that these two numbers are factors of 12. But not only this much, there are many more factors of 12. I will discuss that later on. But right now 4 and 3 is factor of 12. Okay. A number is completely divisible by its factor. Now, how to check this? Now we will divide 12 by 4. It is saying the number can be only the factor if it is completely divisible. If the remainder comes 0. So now let's divide 4 3 times is 12. So now what we are getting here? 0, 0. So the remainder is 0. That is why it is completely divisible. So they are the factors of 12. Got it? Let's read it once again. A number is completely divisible by its factor. Got it? Now, so let me tell you, there are more factors of 12. So how to find out? For example, there is a number 12 and we have to write all its factors. So what are they? 1 multiplied by 12 is equals to 12. Then 2 multiplied by 6 is equals to 12. Right? Then 3 multiplied by 4 is equals to 12. Okay. So now you can see here 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 and 12. How many factors are there of 12? 6. Total 6 factors are there. What are they? 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 and 12. They all are the factors of 12. Got it? So there are many more factors of a number. So I hope this much is clear to you, that what are factors and what is multiple. It is clear to you? Now I think that you won't be getting confused in this. So now let's proceed further. Now there is an example. Write all the factors of 21. Okay. Now I will be using the highlighter so that you can understand it more clearly. Write all the factors of which number? 21. We have to write all the factors of 21. So now, as I have already done here, so 1 and 21 is a factor and 3 and 7. But I will be doing it again so that you can understand. Okay. Now, for example, there is a number. I'm changing the number. I'm not using this. Okay. For example, there is a number 15. Okay. I'm taking this as an example. For example, there is a number 15 and now we have to find out the factors of 15. Let me tell you how to find out the factors first. So, every time we will start from 1 because 1 is the factor of all number. So, 1 multiplied by 15 is equals to 15. You know this. Now tell me, 2? 15 comes in table of 2? Yes or no? No. Then tell me, do 15 come in table of 3? Yes. How many times? 3. 5 times is 15. 3 5s are 15. So now tell me, after that, do 15 comes in table of 4? No. Then in table of 5, yes, it do come. So if you want, we can write it again. So 5 multiplied by 3 is 15. And then do it come in table of 6? No. 7? No. 8? No. 9? No. 10? No. 11? No. 12? No. 13? No. 14? No. Then at last it comes in the table of 15. 15 one time is 15. Got it? So you have to find out factors from, always remember that you have to find out from 1 to the number given here. 1 to 15. For example, here we have taken 21 as example. So we have taken from 1 to 21. Okay. So now, what are the factors? These 4. What are they? 1, 3, 5 and 50. So these are the factor of 50. Now see here which example I have used. So that is 1 multiplied by 21. Okay. So 1 multiplied by 21 is 21. Okay. 3 multiplied by 7 is 21. So we are getting this. So the factors of 21 are 1, 3, 7 and 21. We have to write all the factors. Remember that. Don't do that you have written 1 or 2 and you will get full marks. No. Whenever there is a number given, you have to write all the factors. If it is mentioned that write all the factors, then you have to write it. Now is it clear? Okay. So now let's proceed with the property number 1. The properties of factor. So the first property is one is the factor of all number. As I have told you, 1 will be the factor of each and every number, because if in case there are 2 factors like here, if there is 2 factors, then there will be 1 will be there, okay, always, and the second will be the number itself, always, okay. Basically it happens with the odd numbers, but not always, okay. So now here we have finded out the factors of 31. So 31 comes in only in table of 1. So 1 multiplied by 31 is 31 and 31 multiplied by 1 is 31. So there are only 2 factors of 31. 1 and 31 are the factors of 31. Always remember there will be at least 2 factors of each and every number. But 1 is an exceptional number. Remember that. Okay? Understood this point? That 1 is a factor of all numbers. Okay? Now the second point. Now the second point is 1 is the smallest factor of a number. Now I want to tell you one thing. In multiples, there is smallest multiple, right? The smallest multiple is the number itself. Okay? Many times students get confused in this. The smallest multiple of a number will be number itself. But when we are talking about factors, so the smallest factor will be 1. I am writing here. When we are talking about factors, so smallest factor of any number any number is or will be is 1. Got it? So now don't get confusing these two. Achha, now there is no greatest multiple, you know that. Okay, so now I will tell you about factors afterwards. Clear? Smallest multiple will be number itself. For example, there is 12 multiplied by 1, so that is 12. So the smallest multiple of a number is the number itself, right? And if we are talking about this factor, so 1 will be the smallest factor every time. Clear? Now see the example. Factors of 12. So 1 multiplied by 12 is 12. 2 multiplied by 6 is 12. 3 multiplied by 4 is 12. That I have discussed earlier. So what are the factors of 12? 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 and 12. So how many factors are there? Total 6 factors. So we have to write in this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 and 12 are the factors of 12. In this way, you have to do the questions when we will discuss. Clear? Okay. So done. Property 1. What was that? 1 is the factor of all number. Okay. First point is 1 is the factor of all number. Second point is 1 is the smallest factor of a number. Now third point. Third point is a number is a factor of itself. That I was telling you there. Like if there is a number 12, so always there will be the same number as a factor. Okay. So now let's discuss it. Okay. So factors of 12 we have written. 1 multiplied by 12 is 12. 2 multiplied by 6 is 12. 4 multiplied by 3 is 12. Okay, we got this. Now, always there will be the number itself as a factor. See here, you can see here. So now let's take one more example. For example, I am taking a number 9. Okay, I am taking number 9. So let's write the number 9 factors. 1 multiplied by 9 is equals to 9. Then it doesn't come in table of 2. Then it comes in table of 3. 3 times is 9. Okay. 3 times is 9. So now it is not coming in other table. Only in 9. Right. 9. 1 times is 9. So how many factors are there? 1, 2, 3. Which is the smallest factor? 1. 1 is smallest factor. Okay. And what are the factors? Let me write the answer first. Answer 1, 3 and 9 are the factors of 9. This is the answer, right? Now, if I am talking about a number is a factor of itself. So now, always remember the question which you are solving, that will be the factor. So here you can see 9 is also a factor, that you can see here also. Got it? This is the third point. So what was the first point? 1 is the factor of all number, and then second is 1 is the smallest factor of a number, and third is a number is a factor of itself. So this is the third point. Now coming towards the fourth point. What is the fourth point? Fourth point is a number itself is the greatest factor of itself. Okay? A number itself is the greatest factor of itself. Yes. Right now I am going to tell you about the difference between the multiple and the factor greatest number. Right? So now, do multiple have greatest multiple? Greatest multiple is there? No, there is no greatest multiple. Okay, so now but there is greatest factor. Okay, so now we will discuss about greatest factor. Now, a number itself is the greatest factor. So now in this question, 1 multiplied by 21 is 21. 3 multiplied by 7 is 21. How many factors are there? 1, 3, 7 and 21. Total 4 factors. 1 will be the 1 is, what is 1? 1 is smallest factor, right? And 21 is the greatest factor. Understood? And 3 and 7 is also a factor, but when we are talking about greatest and smallest, remember that always the smallest factor will be 1 and the greatest will be the number itself. Now getting my point? Okay. Now moving further, the 5th point. A factor of a number is smaller than or equal to the number. I hope that you are understanding it, students, because it's important you have to understand. A factor of a number is smaller than or equal to the number. Okay, so let's discuss this. You have to understand the meaning, right? A factor of a number is smaller than or equal to the number. Always remember, see here, there are 4 factors, 1, 3, 7 and 21 are the factors of 21, right? So, all the factors are smaller than 21. This is the greatest. I told you in the previous point, this is the greatest one and this is the smallest, and the rest of the numbers are also smaller than 21. They are smaller than the greatest factor, right? So that was the important thing, that a factor of a number is smaller than or equal to the number. You can't write the multiple, okay? Like for example, if you are writing 21 multiplied by 3, 3 ones are 3, 3 twos are 6. If you have written this, it will be wrong because this is multiple. And when we are talking about factor, then you have to see, is it divisible by the number? That means it will be always less than the given number, desired number. Okay? So don't get confused in multiple and factor. There is difference. I will explain that one more time. Don't worry. So I hope this is clear to you. Okay? So now the 6th point. The 6th point is, every number has at least 2 factors, that is 1 and itself. The number 1 is exceptional. As I have told you, 1 is an exceptional number because 1 is having only 1 factor. Okay? How come? I am telling you. Now see here, if we are taking out the factor of 1, so what we are getting? 1 multiplied by 1 is 1. So 1 is having only 1 factor. The factor of 1 is 1. So that is why it's an exceptional number, or we can call it unique number. It's a unique number. Okay? So now let's discuss this point again. 1 is an exceptional. I have already discussed this now. So now the factors of 31, 1 and 31. There are 2 factors of a number 31. So there are 1 and 31 are the factors of 31. So this is the point. Every number has at least 2 factors. This is the main thing. Every number is having the 2 factors, that is 1 and the number itself. When it is writing itself, that means the same number or number itself. Clear? Okay. So now all of you write down in your copy. Okay. So now first what you have to do, students? Yes, write down the date. So what is the date today? You will write here date. This is 8/7/2020. Write down the date and then write here heading factors. Write down factors and then write down the definition. Factors are numbers that we can multiply together to get another number. And see, I have written in the same format, black pen, blue pen. So do that. You have to note it down. And don't worry about it. You will get this in PDF, but try to write down here only. So write it down, students. First factors, then its property. After writing the definition, write down the first point. 1 is the factor of all number. If you want to write example, it's okay. Otherwise, you can leave that. Second, 1 is the smallest factor of a number. Then third point, a number is a factor of itself. Then fourth, a number itself is the greatest factor of itself. Then fifth point, a factor of a number is smaller than or equal to the number. Then sixth point, every number has at least 2 factors. That is 1 and itself. The number 1 is an exceptional. Only this much you have to write. Note down fast. And I hope that you have understood the difference between multiples and factor. There is difference. Okay. Okay, I will send you the PDF, so don't worry about it. Let's discuss the difference between the factors and multiples. I'm writing here multiples. I'm writing here factors. So multiple has smallest factor. So it has smallest multiple, and factor it has smallest factor. What is that? Yes, the number 1. That is 1. It do not have, no need to write it. You have to understand. It do not have greatest multiple. It has greatest factor. What is that? The number itself. Okay. So this is the first point. This is the second point that you have to always remember. Right? It has smallest multiple, and that number will be number itself. Okay. If you want, you can write, it's your wish, but it's not required in the copy. And it do not have greatest multiple. And third, multiples are infinite. They are infinite. Here, third point, factors are limited. Okay. If there is 12, so it has only limited factor. Okay. And multiples can be of 12, so many. So these is very important 3 points that you have to always remember. And don't get confused. Okay. So that's all for today, students. So I hope that you have understood about the multiples and factors, and you won't be getting confused because I have told you the difference also, right? So always remember the points and do the questions accordingly. And tomorrow we are going to do the enrichment activity. Okay students, and complete today's work that you have to write the factors and its property. Okay, all the best students. Keep on learning and studying as always. Okay, Jai Hind students. Take care. Bye.